one little piece that's missing could be the very thing that catapults you to the next level, the very thing to transform somebody's life, or the very thing you needed to do to take your brand or take your business or take your clientele or revenue to the next level. So make sure that you stay locked in. With you, the mindset behind it. I don't necessarily want you to get tripped up on a piece of software or the tactic or the technique. I want you to take a step back. And if you follow me, then you know that my goal is not to just give you a fish, is to teach you how to fish. So my goal is to teach you the psychology behind why each and every one of these questions is important. What's the number one topic you have experience in, and what do you want to be known for? This question is really based around what do you really want to help people in? Like, what is the topic? What do you have experience in? What do you have skill sets in? I kind of think about this as skill set and experience. The reason is, anytime you're helping somebody with something, they're going to want to know what your experience is. And quite frankly, you should have some experience, or you should have some kind of skill set to help people with. It don't got to be the biggest experience or biggest skill set in the world. It can just be, I used to have trauma. I was abused when I was young. I was this, I was that. But now I've been able to overcome that and be a productive citizen of society. You right? It could be, I used to be, a sales. I was in the sales industry for 45 years, and I've achieved this specific skill set. And because of that, I want to go teach. People who are just starting up businesses, sales. Right? It can be anything. Right? It could be relationships, business. It could be whatever it is. But the whole purpose is you want to be able to say that I have some experience in this, but realize that that's what you're typing in, because that's what you're helping people with. So you got to be clear on that. Okay. So that's the topic you're helping people with. The next question is, who is your number one main client that will be most attracted to that? So when you think about your topic and what you help people with, who's going to be most attracted to that? Right? So think about the role at that point. So, okay. So so if you're looking at me, so let's just say, so my topic is, I want to help people who have a mission and passion in this world to really serve their audience in a higher way. And I have experience in creating and structuring programs. I have experience in being able to show people how to get discovered and how to do content marketing and strategic content. And then I have experience in being able to show people how to generate leads and make sales. Okay. Right. Now, this topic could be one thing. I put multiple things, but if you're not sure, feel free to put multiple things and then really narrow it down to kind of one thing. For me, it'd just be coaching. Right. So that's that, but narrow it down if you don't know. Then your number one main client is who's going to be most attracted to that. People who want to be coaches, or people who are already currently coaches. That are people. But for you, it might not be as straightforward. You might say, I want to help people with trauma, but then you got to say what type of person is going to be most attracted to learning about how to overcome trauma, because there's different types of trauma, right? So you got to think about that, right? If it's sales, well, you can teach everybody sales, but if there's a particular industry, like I'm gonna do sales in real estate, then so then now your client is real estate agents, right? So your goal is, once you pick a topic you want to teach on, even if it's just life, well, guess what? If you want to be a life coach, being a life coach looks different for somebody who's 18, 25. It looks different for somebody who's 50. It looks different for, if you're a life coach for a doctor or a dentist, you know what I'm saying? You might be able to charge a little bit more. There's certain things that you can do if you're niched, but and you laser focus on who you want to help. Okay, so that's your target client. This question is, what relevant goals does your client want to accomplish? So what this looks like is that you got to realize that anybody that you help has goals that they're looking to reach. We have to be clear as experts, as authority in what we do. We have to be clear on what those goals are. Now, This is where a lot of people get tripped up because they say, coach, well, I don't have the most results in the world. If you're helping entrepreneurs, well, I haven't made $1 million, right? If you helping, teens, well, I haven't helped a teenager go from, being in the streets to being a president. Your results don't have to be extreme. As long as you're helping somebody, even if their goals are huge. Look, let me share with you in this way. I think this will help, right? Because even if their goals are huge, if what you do is, if you can't help them at this point get to that, then you don't help them with that. Don't help them up into that point, right? So let's give an example, right? So like, let's say your target audience is here, right? This is where they're starting. This is where they want to end up, right? Which is what their goal is, right? So this is where they're starting. This is what their goal is, right? We know that their path is going to be like this, right? So, but this is what they want to do, right? So this is their goal, to go from starting to goal. For example, if I'm helping, it don't have to be money, right? It could be anything. But like, if I'm helping somebody, if somebody says, I want to make 10 million in my business, right? But let's say I might only be able to help them make, let's just say, let's just say 6 figures, right? Let's just say 6 figures, right? So let's just say 6 figures, or maybe like 100K, right? Just for example. I don't have to feel bad and say, oh, I don't think I can help them because their goal is here, but this is where I'm at. And this is where I can't help them. I can't help them because this is their goal. No. You help them up until this point. Does that make sense? So this is where your program is. This is where your program lives. Does that make sense? So your goal is to help people up until this point. And this is relevant, and this is so key and relevant for anybody. Like this could be for your health, right? Somebody might want a 6-pack, and what they started with, right? They got belly fat. Well, maybe you can't get them a 6-pack, but maybe you can help them with certain things like consistently going to the gym, having more energy, right? Maybe they're just a little bit more toned. Maybe you can help them with mindset. You feel what I'm saying? Key piece of it. The next question is, what's the biggest problem your client faces right now? This question is really about understanding your ideal client. What are the problems they're facing? You want to be able to know that because you want to already have an idea of what they're facing, because you want to make sure that your coaching program speaks to that. You want to make sure that you have some solutions for that. You want to make sure that you understand and could vibe with them and say, okay, I get it. I understand, right? That you want to be able to anticipate it. And this is why having a niche audience is so important, because everybody is pretty much going to have the same problems. If I'm helping all business owners, you know how many different problems there are for different businesses, right? Like there's businesses, I mean, it's just so many different things. Businesses like what restaurants go through is different than what a coach might go through, right? I can tell you how to get more clients, but that's going to look different for one business versus getting speaking engagements. Like that's is different. So you want to know the biggest problem that your client faces. So you want to write those down.